Salutations, everyone! My name is Preston Condra, and what this video essentially is about is how basically I can probably perhaps or perhaps not help you recover your very own Geocities website. There is a Geocities 2011 torrent out there that exists, and it's big. It's like half a terabyte gigabytes of big. It's like 512 gigabytes, which is essentially like half of a terabyte, which is a pretty big file to download. Basically, there's these certain sections, and with how like your website may or may not be found through this torrent is characterized in maybe the uppercase section, maybe in the lowercase section. So essentially, basically your website may or may not be in here, because the only reason why I downloaded this torrent in the first place was because I wanted to look up a certain Geocities website called Yoshi Stadium. And with the exception of a few little pages here and there and a few pictures and JPEG files, I was unable to recover anything of Yoshi Stadium whatsoever. I wasn't able to recover much of Yoshi Stadium whatsoever in this torrent. That being said, if you're looking for a very specific website, your own Geocities website, I cannot promise you with 100% certainty that it may or may not be in here. Basically, with what you have in mind, for an example, like leave a comment of what your name of your Geocities website is. What did you predominantly like upload on your own website? Recipes, text files, docs files, Word documents, JPEG files, recipes, diary entries. And I should also mention that basically, for an example, some certain files that may or may not be at your own expense or fault were abbreviated just to like make like this like torrent be even smaller. For an example, the word shadow, like let's say you use like a shadow picture, like a Shadow the Hedgehog picture from the Sonic games in your website. It may or may not be abbreviated as like simply as SHA. And I recommend that, for an example, if you want to look for a certain website, what files did you predominantly like upload on your website? MP4 files, JPEG files, MP3 files, JPEG files, everything. Docs. I cannot promise you that your own website may or may not be in here. The only reason why I downloaded this entire thing, it took close to a whole year to download this. I started this project, or downloaded essentially the websites, back in February of 2022, and it didn't get done until February 2023. And now that's part of the reason, like, why, like, it takes time to download something like this. For an example, basically, if you try to like download like a torrent to a USB stick, the USB gets so hot. So essentially, you have to download all this crap to your own hard drive, because the USB stick will get hot, the process will stop and glitch out. And what happens is that if your laptop or computer goes into screensaver mode while you're downloading certain sections of the torrent, the download process may just stop inexplicably for no reason whatsoever. Well, because it needs to, the screen needs to stay on, the Wi-Fi connection needs to stay on. You need to have constant internet access, like 24/7, in order to download just one little small section of this torrent. Sorry about that. That being said, I'll say this one more time. Your own Geocities website may or may not be in here. It's big. I've glanced at certain files and of this website, and despite its size, if you have your own website, there may or may not be that much stuff that's in here. And if you do, the data won't be that much big. Like, I could probably like digitally share this website with you, and it's completely intact with you with no cost or the money needed for this, because I don't mind sharing this with everyone, because I'm sure people downloading this is a nightmare. And yeah, that being said, this is Preston Condra signing off for now. Simply leave a comment in the video if you want to see your certain Geocities website. Let me know. Thank you, and have a good rest of the day now, ladies and gentlemen.